Good morning. Happy Sunday. A day of rest, or so they say. Anyways, I wanted to talk a little bit about our soul versus our ego. You're going to hear kids screaming in the background outside. They're having fun. Our soul is the one that has all the wisdom. Our ego is like a little gremlin that always has something to say to us. All the little tapes. You're not worthy. You won't be good enough. You're not lovable. I'm not going to do whatever it is you said you want to do because you're either too old, you don't think you're smart enough, whatever it is. Take inventory on those voices that you have and allow yourself to be in this place of recognizing that is the little part of you that's job is to keep you distracted. That's job is to just keep that mind rolling and keep you away from really what you came here to do. Sometimes when my ego gets really loud and it won't stop, I put it in a chair. It's like having a child that's misbehaving. You warned them, you told them to stop, and guess what? Sit in that chair. And you recognize that although they're ego pieces, they have value. They're teaching you, you're learning, you're growing. And another fact is that whenever you're doing your soul growth, what's happening is, if your life is turning to a mess or you've got crisis going on, your soul is growing. Because I've said it before, your soul doesn't care if you are homeless on the street. Certainly your personality does, but your soul says, what great opportunity. So I want you to think of the one area of your life where you're having such a hard time. What part of your life isn't falling into place in the way you would love it for it to? And really look at it and say, okay, where is this coming from? All those voices, is that from my soul? Or is it from my ego? Sometimes we think we have this, multi-layered plan for our life, and we think that we should do this. By this age, I should have a partner. By this age, I should be married. By this age, I should have a house. By this age, I should have kids. By this age, I should be making X amount of money. Ask yourself, does that come from your soul, or does it come from the ego? Ego every time. Your soul may not have that plan for you. And this is why there's times when we have trouble with the law of attraction, because if we focus on that at this age we're going to have all of what I just named, it may not happen in that way, because that's your ego, not your soul. One thing I know from experience, and I've had lots of it, is that by the time you get to going through whatever the crisis was, leaving that husband or wife that no longer serves you, or that relationship, the job, the old health issues, whatever it is, it's like, woohoo! This is soul growth. We don't know it when we're going through it, of course. But after, we can say, oh my God, no wonder that happened. It brought me to this. I have a much better relationship. I have a great job. I'm healthy. Whatever the crisis was. So remember, at any given time, you are exactly where you should be. And one of the big things is to surrender to that and accept that I'm exactly where I need to be. There's nothing by accident that happens in my life. Everything's on purpose, even if I don't know the reason for it yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little experiment, and I invite you to do that. Let's look at it. Whenever something pops in your head and it's a I should have, or I should be, or whatever that is, don't should on yourself, we say. Whatever that is, ask yourself, did this come from my soul or my ego? Your soul doesn't care if you have a new car. Simple but true. Your soul doesn't care how much money you have in the bank. And I think sometimes ever since we saw The Secret, and I love Esther and all of that, but sometimes it goes wrong because we think we're doing something wrong if we're not there, if we didn't manifest that perfect weight, that perfect job, the perfect soulmate. And simply put, either it may not be the right time, or that's not what's on your agenda, your soul's agenda. So be patient with yourself and be clear about where those voices are coming from, and stick your ego in that chair. Okay. First, we're going to do Healing with the Fairies by Doreen Virtue. I'm going to pull a card for today. Beauty. As I look at this card, she's just gorgeous. And she's combing her hair, and she shows up perfect just the way she is. Now, maybe you don't look like this. If you look like me or whatever, you have a few bulges here and there. You may not be perfect. You may not be totally satisfied with who you are. But beauty is also on the inside. So if we accept, remember I just talked about acceptance, if we accept who we are, however we look and feel, and we find our beauty on the inside as well as the outside, then we can make peace. Okay. It says, appreciate and amplify your natural attractiveness. Your beauty is most apparent when you're happy and satisfied. So happy and satisfied is an inside job, right? We all are attractive in our own unique way. Part of self-esteem is appreciating how wonderful you truly are. Never ever put yourself down in any way. Always think self-loving thoughts about your body, your face, your hair, and your weight, and every inch of your physical self. Tell yourself positive affirmations daily, such as, my inner light radiates through every pore and cell of my body. Everyone is attracted to my inner and outer beauty. Invest time and money in services that make you feel wonderful, such as massage, facials, manicures, pedicures, soaking in a tub, or getting a new hairdo. Spend time in meaningful ways that make you feel joyous, and you will glow with the attractiveness of a truly happy person. The affirmation is, my inner and outer selves are radiantly attractive right now. I love my beautiful self. And you know, it's really cool to start seeing men doing some of the self-care things we've always done. Certainly men have always gotten massages, but when I go to get a pedicure, there is equal, I would say, half women and half men in there soaking their feet, granted they're not getting, most of them aren't getting their nails painted, but they're getting their feet taken care of, and I think it's awesome. All right, we're going to Denise Lynn Native Spirit Oracle. Spirit Keeper of the East. This looks like Sedona. Beautiful. The red rock, the lush trees, really beautiful. As I look at this card, it makes me very happy because all of you that know me know I love Sedona. And to me, The East represents the mind and illumination and all of that. So this makes me happy. East. Sorry. New beginnings. A fresh cycle is occurring in your life. Wipe the slate clean. It's now time to release the old and start again. No matter what has happened in the past, it doesn't need to repeat in the future. Boy, isn't that true? So it says if you've drawn this card, it wants you to know in Native traditions, the directions are honored. It's believed that every direction has an associated spirit that you can call upon. In the great cycle of life, the East is the place of the rising sun. It's also associated with planting seeds in the springtime, birth, waxing moon, and new beginnings. Pulling this card means that this is the close of one cycle and the beginning of another. Although it's often difficult to release familiar routines, situations, or relationships when they no longer empower you, your native spirit asks that you not cling to the old, but set sail into new waters. Face your fear, allow yourself to stretch in a new direction. Wonderful opportunities will be born in your life. And you know what this reminds me of? The new beginning Earth is trying to have, cleaning up all the old destructiveness for all the old things that no longer serve us and creating the new Earth. It says, stand and be still, breathe and center yourself, then slowly turn in a circle. Close your eyes, feel the energy of each direction. There's a difference in the feeling of each direction. Stand facing east as the sun rises to sense the unique energy of that direction. Awesome. Next is Wisdom of Avalon by Colette Byron Reed. I love this. Isn't this pretty? The back of all the cards, the goddess energy, the moon and the chalice. Love it. The deer, gentleness and diplomacy. Whenever we see a deer, this is reminding me of that because I believe that deer is gentleness. Be gentle with yourself. We have enough coming at us in all different directions down here in our personal life and in the bigger picture, and there's constant change. The deer says, just be gentle with yourself. When the deer appears, it's a reminder for you to step gently on your path, for you're walking into a time when gentle movements and diplomacy is required. The deer's strength is in this quality. Make it your own and know that your steps are successfully assured. It's important that you be gentle with yourself as well, for you may be heading into a period where you're unsure of your footing or just coming out of a difficult situation. I think we can all relate to that. Blend your personal energy with the deer's energies of gentleness and diplomacy. Walk softly, and the way forward will be smooth. And remember, never mistake gentleness for weakness in yourself or in others. Ain't that the truth? It's like, no. We gotta, I like that, slow footing. Magdalene Oracle, Tony Carmine Salerno. Let's see what this deck has to say to us, Magdalene. Ooh, the Messenger, love it. This angel. Almost looks like Michael in terms of the blue ray and the blue sword and the messenger. And we know that Certainly angels are messengers. You will soon find yourself shining brightly, and as such, you attract much admiration and attention from others. Our universe was born through a superluminous explosion of light. In an instant, it expanded from a tiny point to span billions of light years in every direction. You too are about to experience a rapid expansion, which brings increased recognition in your field of work or study. You will soon be looking over the horizon as you travel so far to distant lands. Be grateful for all the new experiences that are about to come your way and for all that you accomplish. Enjoy each moment, yet remain humble and grateful. For in doing so, you will attract even greater support from others. You are a beacon of light and hope, a source of great inspiration for many who cross your path. Go forth in love and light. So, how many of us are writing, blogging, teaching, reading, healing? We are messengers, right? So, it's important to be humble about this and just be in that space. All right, the Psychic Tarot by John Holland. I'm going to pull 3 with this. Okay, the first one is New Beginnings. And we just had that with the Spirit Keeper of the East, New Beginnings. I love the card because she's standing and walking on the earth, the earth walker, and creating the new earth. It's also a 0, so every number and energy is contained within that. Each and every journey begins with that first step. When this card presents itself in your reading, it's confirming that it's time for you to take a leap of faith. But be prepared as you do so. This card represents that a great new adventure is awaiting you. It usually shows up when there's a significant inner change happening within you. By selecting this card, it's a sign that those important choices are needed and are about to be made and should be carefully pondered as you proceed with wisdom, thought, and care. Life is constantly trying to nudge and move you forward, and at times it can be daunting when you're faced with a new adventure or direction. Therefore, it calls for inner belief and courage as you take that leap of faith and step into the unknown. During this time, don't be alarmed if you feel lost or even confused. Most people are afraid of change and play it safe by staying where they are. Know that through inner guidance, wisdom, and a belief in yourself, and tapping into these tools, you'll be propelled forward on a positive, life-changing path. Don't conform to what society or other individuals expect of you at this time. It's your own adventure. During this time, be like an innocent child with fresh eyes and give yourself permission to live, play, love, and above all, laugh. And this corresponds to the Fool in the regular tarot. So this is wonderful. To me, it's the new beginning. It's saying, don't worry. I know a lot of people have felt very stuck or at a standstill over the summer, but this is saying things are opening up again. The next one is emotional withdrawal. And I think when I look at this, they're sitting on the shore of the beach in the ocean. And sometimes we have to do things like that to get ourselves back again. We have to withdraw and take a break, go somewhere that we love, just to gain clarity and wisdom. All right. Okay. It says, this card represents moving away or withdrawing from a current situation in your life, whether it's an old love or relationship or leaving behind what was once familiar in search of new horizons or beginnings. On a physical level, it's easy to get caught up in the material world, but it's just as important to retreat from the outside world to enable you to pause, reflect, and heal. Schedule some alone time so you can commune with your soul and give the power of spirit the opportunity to restore your energy level, giving you the vitality to move forward in a positive direction. The number 8 represents infinity, passion, control, and power. This is your time. Use this opportunity to tap into your heart and soul in order to find the courage and strength to continue your journey into that wonderful, undiscovered territory. And then the last one is victory and success, tooting that horn. Love this. So when I look at this, obviously, the victory and success is about at the end of the journey, or at least this week, we are going to get some kind of validation that we're on the right path, we're moving in the right direction. Good news is on its way. The qualities of this positive card are completion, victory, and success that often follow a difficult period. We just had emotional withdrawal, so yes. Many people around you are very proud to see how you triumphantly came through it. They respect you and may even attempt to follow your example. You've worked hard and devoted much effort to get to this point in your life where you become wiser and have grown in so many ways. Always remember to stop and pat yourself on the back because you deserve it. This card also reminds you to stay grounded, remember where you came from, keep your ego in the chair. It says keep your ego in check, don't lose who you are. This victory can be used as a teaching tool for the future. Realize that if you came through this challenging time, you can achieve anything. Boy, isn't that the truth? So just to review, accept yourself for who you are with your looks and in and outer beauty. We have new beginnings. We have being gentle with ourselves, seeing ourselves as a messenger, or maybe there's a message that you need to hear from some messenger. Pay attention to new people or new blogs or whatever's coming into your life. Then we have new beginnings. So we're starting something new, but before we do, we need to pull back and collect ourselves and know we're on the right track because we are going to get validation. Have a great week.